What's up, my central unit? It's the Central Man here. And the game's kicked off between Arsenal versus West Ham United in the Barclays Premier League.
Yeah, it does look like still.
Before I'm going to move this
the
match for a little bit.
Changed it. They were going to a drill with 4, maybe just to kid on the watching West Ham coaches.
It's on the video.
As far as the West Ham
I'm going to turn it off during his stream. Sorry about that. You know, yeah, I'm going struggling. The remote's run out battery, so anyway, so and I actually clicked the wrong stream to go live. I did I clicked on the I was rushing because the game's about to start, and then I clicked on the wrong broadcast. I broadcast the wrong broadcast. The AEW one-year anniversary show by mistake. Yeah, it only lasts about 6 seconds. I'll create a broadcast after this game, and if I found that one for last about 6 seconds, I'll put it on private. Anyway, so I'm gonna turn on the screen again, turn on the TV again, sorry, and watch the game. Because the batteries are run out of juice. I don't think I've got some.
Against Newcastle on the opening.
It's only about a minute. So only a minute old.
So I'm sure much has been said since then. Winning in the League Cup.
I heard United got beat by Crystal Palace.
Yeah, we've seen it from sides.
I clicked here, yeah, I clicked the one broadcast.
Point that you don't really know exactly what to expect in terms of sharpness and fitness.
Saka, Lacazette, Willian. Oh, Lacazette! Oh, he should have shot. You should have shot.
It's usually so reliable.
Bellerin's crossing it.
It comes from Bellerin. Eased out by
Willian.
O'Connor.
Because Lacazette. It's a good start.
Ceballos. And here's Arthur Masuaku, a rare Premier League start for him. Selchek to Mikel Antonio. An early tester for Holding and Co, although he rather overhit that.
Comes Gabriel. He could be good. It's only one game. I'll give him if he's gonna make it in the Premier League or not.
By Xhaka. Bowen will take that.
Against Bowen. He looks like he'd be a good player, Bowen. He's gonna take it.
Bearing down, seeking Mikel Antonio. Arsenal getting away with that one. Declan Rice, who's wearing the captain's armband in the absence of Mark Noble.
Yeah, David Moyes talking about the possibility of him playing centre-half. They are struggling in that area, but I feel Declan Rice now sees his future in midfield, having done so well there.
West Ham fans looking on will hope that the future is at West Ham. Plenty of speculation about that over the summer break. Here's Masuaku now.
Masuaku.
East Londoners.
Good block by Bellerin.
Blocked by Bellerin.
I was shocked that United got beat by Palace. 3-1.
Yeah, he's controlled it, let him down a touch. He's normally really good in
I
these.
think next month the fans will be back in the arenas. That'll be good. I think it's hurting the sporting events money because there's no fans because of COVID.
Well from corners, West Ham last season.
Sorry,
it is an area where
video
have improved under
remote.
The
batteries are
first
fucking
examination this evening.
losing
Rice
power.
as well. And the head was from O'Connor, but it was nice and close to Leno.
Yeah, stooping, just couldn't get the direction and the power. That's a warning.
Leno's back. He's a good player.
Some red and white shirts.
I don't care what people say. Oh, he's overrated. No, I don't think he's overrated. I think he's a decent, underrated goalkeeper in my opinion. He doesn't get any credit. Yeah, he makes some blunders. As any goalkeeper, like a Buffon, Casillas, De Gea, Alisson, everyone makes mistakes.
Arsenal did win it, but West Ham gave them a
Gabriel,
little bit
it's
of
a
going
William.
over. They were rather fortunate, Arsenal, to come out on top in that game. And he's used that just to
wow, it's number
sharpen
7.
the focus of his players ahead of this one. He's well aware.
We've got Liverpool next week, I think.
The journey they're on is only at its early stage. He will be acute of how far they were off the top 4 at the end of the reckoning. 10 points off Chelsea in 4th place. Their worst finish for 25 years in terms of league position. Although obviously he wasn't responsible for all of that.
Probably like 30 years.
Okay. Picking up the
I
pieces.
think they finished 11th.
December
like
time when Unai Emery was relieved of his duties.
Pre-Premier League era. That was like in the 80s. Bowen. Oh my God! I was calling Bowen.
Take it in his stride.
Against Bowen.
Here he is, though, Jarrod Bowen. In by Fredericks. Willian. Sharper to it than Masuaku. No, the West Ham man can collect.
Yeah, and West Ham have been encouraged by 1 or 2 shaky moments defensively for Arsenal.
Mikel Antonio was blocked off there by Ceballos, making that point to Michael Oliver.
Here comes Bellerin, Laka.
Ceballos getting in the tussle there with his compatriot Fornals, and West Ham have a free kick.
It was one of those, you weren't quite sure who fouled who there. Neither got the ball.
Aaron Cresswell has previous from scoring from free kicks in the Premier League, remembering getting one against Manchester United not so long ago. Declan Rice also standing over it. His first Premier League goal came against Arsenal. You and I were there, man, at the London Stadium.
Is he taking it? He's going to take it.
Rice goes.
Oh!
A deflection kindly for Arsenal.
I don't think this was going to beat the
Oh, Bowen, smart. Oh, great. That was a good block by Ceballos. Oh, yeah, and by the way, tomorrow I'll do my live reaction of Liverpool versus Chelsea. No, Chelsea and Liverpool, sorry, because they're going to Stamford Bridge.
So strong in
That'll be a good game.
Back to Bellerin, marking him.
Yeah. No, Tierney.
To impede him.
Antonio might fancy his chances up against Bellerin if it does come to a challenge in the air.
Lofted in by Cresswell. Saka, but unconvincing. Willian away.
Willian, sorry. Yeah, it's got N in the end of his name. Not N.
That's why Michael Oliver took the team view of it.
It's Lian. Lian. It's Lian. You know, like Willie in, not William. I always call him William. So like I don't get with, they use their, they always, they use their English names because they can't pronounce their real names, some Brazilian players. Sometimes with Spanish and Portuguese players.
Cresswell up towards Ogbonna. Gabriel showing his aerial strength, getting himself in the way, doing enough to stop Angelo Ogbonna getting a free header. Yeah, and just going back to West Ham's opening performance of the season, it came as something of a surprise because they'd finished so well, hadn't they? That win against Chelsea towards the end of last season really kick-started their survival campaign, and in the end they survived with a little bit to spare.
Yeah, listen, opening games sometimes can turn out that way when nothing goes right. Across the league, players are at different levels of fitness, but I wouldn't offer that up as an excuse.
Declan's West Ham with a throw-in. The Rolly Dillap throw-in.
Selchuk, who is now a permanent West Ham player after his loan spell from Slavia Park last season.
I mean, it is a tough run.
We've got difficult games in October. Tottenham away, City home, Liverpool away. Wow. I think he's going to get. I think he'll be the first man to get sacked, Moyes. He's not good.
He
got he's shit at Man United. He got Sunderland relegated. He's not a good manager.
To find out,
I don't know why you got become the West Ham manager. I don't get it.
For that fixture list, you just saw Arsenal
they are pig as
Liverpool next weekend.
Really, they are pig as fixture. I'm trying to say thick as picture. I'm trying to say. Sorry, that's David Moyes. He is thick as pig shit.
Gabriel.
Flopped at Man United, Sunderland relegation, dropped his Real Sociedad manager, and he's having a second crack as West Ham boss. He's not good enough. I don't know why they sacked Pellegrini, man. I don't think he's that bad. I don't think he's that like terrible bad. Pellegrini. But with David Moyes, fuck me, man.
In the warm-up, the build-up to the match.
Those West Ham board are fucking thick as pig shit. They have no clue what they're doing.
Been on the fringes of the opening skirmishes here.
Banyang signed a new deal. People say it's a 4-year deal. No, not buying it. It's too old.
Sure, the dressing room now would have got a
I'll be okay with a 2-year deal, but like fucking 4 or 3? Nah. It's 32 this year. You know, you got to focus on the future. I know we
pause in play there.
Focus on the future for the last nearly 15 years, but I'm talking about like build the team properly. Think about the future properly. Free kick! Free kick! Fucking referee, man. Sorry about my language, man. It's diabolical, man. We should be 1-0 up right now. If Laka just shot the ball in the net, that would be 1-0. So far, it's 0-0. I know it's early. Anyway, so here comes Xhaka. Kolasinac. Passing it sideways, backwards, back to back, backwards, passing, back to back, side to side. Just pass it forward.
Ceballos gets hold of it. He can make this Arsenal team tick.
Galf, come on, let's get our first home win of the season.
To chase, Holding
I don't know Rob Holding. Rob Holding, I like the dude. I'm not saying he's I don't think he's a terrible defender. You know, he's all right, but he's a championship player, man.
Encouragement and the guy.
You know, he might turn out to be good. Who knows? He's only, I don't know how old he is. In his mid-20s, man. He needs to step up, man. Otherwise, I just sell him for good money.
Yeah, the impact, the turnaround is tangible from Mikel Arteta, isn't it?
It's just a half season. Don't fucking hell, man.
The language according to who he's shouting at.
He speaks perfect English. You dumb fucks. Jesus Christ,
man.
Come
on leaps and bounds in
he's
terms
of Unai Emery. The problem with Emery, man, he can't speak English when he first came to Arsenal.
I think what's going to be interesting over the coming weeks, and I mentioned that fixture to come against Liverpool next time out in the Premier League, is whether they can start to turn the results that they've had in the Cups and, obviously knocked Manchester City out at this semi-final stage, beat Chelsea in the final, beat Liverpool in the Community Shield.
Those 3 games you don't fuck.
Previously,
we were shit last season, dumbass. Yeah, just know about the FA Cup. That was Peter under the cracks. He goes West Ham,
beating
the counter.
6 sides away from home. Here's Antonio trying to make things happen for West Ham.
Yeah, just went for the power, trying to drive it across the face of goal. But Arsenal having to clamber back there.
Reminder that we have a choice of audio options for you on the Sky Sports main event. You can have the crowds option if you like it au naturel, and that is Sky Sports Premier League for you. Gabriel.
Very careful.
And there was a thought that David Luiz would come straight back into the side, and I guess there was a time when he would have done last season, but
class match.
A few more options available to Mikel Arteta now, so he's left on the bench, swiping over the neck injury that kept him out on the trip to Craven Cottage last week.
Comes Bellerin. Ceballos.
Saka. Bowen.
Because Bowen.
Him to leap on the bounce.
Penalty!
Goes under. Looked a risky challenge. A leg was left hanging there.
Yeah, and then Rob Holding gives the ball away.
Rob Holding, he's a championship player, don't get me wrong. He's better off.
He did well actually to get onto the second ball after Antonio's challenge.
Big club Arsenal, he needs to step the fuck up. Oh, Gabriel,
you're never going to get that, I don't think. Certainly through the VAR, you won't.
Stubbed my toe. Jesus.
Another example of though, there's Rob Holding's straight pass. They're causing problems on the counter, West Ham.
Kolasinac. Aubameyang was in an offside position as he laid it back to Alexander Lacazette there.
Not really got going yet, the Gunners, in terms of the passing. He's not playing as a left wing back, actually. Quite often he's coming inside, trying to find space, and I think he can do once Arsenal find the feet in this match.
Oh, 12 assists for Arsenal last season. That's good for Saka.
Wonderful first full season for Saka, still only 19 years old.
Tottenham face Southampton tomorrow. Newcastle, Brighton. They'll begin
the bar is raised in terms of his
Chelsea,
contribution,
Liverpool.
in terms of expectation of it this year.
And City play 8 o'clock tomorrow as well.
Young man who could
go away to Wolves.
Pressure on it.
Not really, no games on proper games on Saturday. West Brom, Chelsea. Not buying it. Yeah, there's no games, really good games on the 26th for next week. But I think it's I'm guessing it's next week. Arsenal play Liverpool. Might be wrong. Bundesliga. Watching on Sky. I can able to check the other results of the different leagues. Bayern Munich, fucking hell, they slaughtered Schalke 8-0. Augsburg, 3-1 against Union. Borussia Dortmund, battered Mönchengladbach 2-0.
Anywhere near the Arsenal half.
You know, still got Sancho, got Highland. He's a good fucking player, Highland, man.
They're so toothless in attack
Hoffenheim
against
3-2.
Newcastle.
Antonio
really was a lone runner.
Stuttgart
got
3-2 to Freiburg.
Well, they had a touch of the ball immediately.
4-1 to Hertha Berlin.
Anyway,
and tomorrow, Leipzig host Mainz.
They look fairly lively out here. Opening stages.
Wolfsburg, Leverkusen.
Masuaku, Fornals are taking up a central position. Here's Rice.
No, wait.
Antonio. Masuaku.
Leverkusen. We're talking about the Bundesliga.
Bukayo Saka out of the way.
Results.
And that's why Arsenal have the free kick.
Yeah, Bowen.
Because Arsenal got game in the League Cup in the third round. Arsenal got the cup in the third round.
When he catches his foot, I think Bowen feels that and just goes
Tottenham face Leyton Orient. Man United travel away to Luton. We face Leicester. Leicester City. Oh boy. Oh fucking boy. We got B away. We got B away. We fucked up against Leicester.
Yeah, would it?
No.
And Chelsea got Barnsley.
I didn't take long though, did they?
No.
They got fucking we got fucking Leicester away, and they got fucking Barnsley.
Antonio. West Ham growing in confidence.
The Spanish league.
Cresswell.
Barcelona haven't got a game, and they played in Europe. Since on Madrid.
Bowen.
So who's top of the Spanish league so far? I know it's like 2 games. Villarreal. Managed by Unai Emery. I guarantee it's Real Madrid will win the league.
Antonio.
They'll redeem the league actually. Barcelona's not going to win.
Poor touch too. Really good ball into him. Fizzed in by Cresswell.
Roma.
In terms
So
of
far,
numbers,
it's
it's not
started
quite
the
the same,
Serie
but in
A
terms
season.
of importance to
Obviously,
the team,
Fiorentina
their goals to the team,
1-0
Nicola
away to
Antonio is
Torino.
not far
Roma,
away
so
from the
far
Aubameyang
playing against
impact in
Verona.
terms of
Was it
West Ham. You look
Verona?
at the way they
0-0.
struggled without him last season. You look at the form
Dutch
he
League.
had towards the end of it. 8 goals in his last 8 Premier League appearances, really
I think it's the start of the Dutch
powering
League, or
them towards survival after a very shaky start to the restart, you might remember.
who's top of the league so far? PSV.
Lost back-to-back
Ajax
games
are third.
immediately after
Eighth, sorry.
football resumed after lockdown.
See,
Home against Wolves and
that's
then
it.
London derby
Right.
against Spurs.
I think it's this week, the Super Cup. Bayern
And of
Munich,
course,
Sevilla.
losing there,
Put money
Cresswell.
on Bayern Munich.
Bellerin's here.
Because Bellerin.
Rice had to get that right on the fringes of the penalty area. Now Masuaku, always more comfortable on the front foot than defending. That's why this back 5 probably suits him a little better.
Yeah, well capable of whipping really dangerous balls into the box too when he gets in the positions. It's a good idea.
Bit of the Scottish League. I guarantee Rangers has got. I'm guessing Rangers top of the table, man. I think they're going to win the league. I put my money on Rangers to win the league. In this monopoly of the Celtic title shroud, because so far Rangers is the only club won the league. Haven't won the league since what? They won the league in 2011, and then after that, between 2012 and the present day, Celtic won it. I'm guessing 8 on the trot. Was it 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015,
a little concerned, just waiting for his team
2017, 2018,
to get
2019,
going out now.
2020. They won 9 Scottish Premier League on the trot. They're going to go for the 10th. 10 in 10, actually 10 in 9 years, actually. But it's nearly close of a decade.
So often football has that capacity, doesn't it? And you think everything's going so well. You have that great performance, the shot
today,
in the arm of the
Celtic
new
beat
contract.
Livingston 3-2. Dundee 1-2-1. Home to St Mirren.
This isn't one of those evenings for them.
1-2-1 to Hamilton.
Oh! Who just lost control at the crucial time.
Yeah, 2-1. Home at Hamilton. St Johnson got beat at home to Ross County. And also tomorrow you got Rangers and Aberdeen.
Of course, the flag stays down, doesn't it, until the move has kind of played out.
So far, Celtic's top of the table, only for 24 hours if Rangers
something to
win
get them going
tomorrow. I got these. I'm putting money on Rangers, man. I guarantee if Rangers don't win the league,
got that in his locker,
I think Gerrard will get sacked. So far, they haven't won a trophy since got back in the Scottish Premier League. They haven't won a trophy for nearly a decade. I don't know, they've got financial problems, and then they got liquidated, and they got what? Relegated to the third tier of Scottish football. No, second tier. I think it was League 2 they got relegated.
Anyway, new Arteta, the player, better than David Moyes, the Everton manager. Lacazette.
Oh, careful, careful. That's a bit naughty, man. Bit naughty. Fucking white kit and shit, man. I don't like the white kit, man. I like the yellow kit from last season. That was good. Yellow and blue, because we won yellow and blue. I keep the yellow and blue because it's very funny. This year, really, this season marks the 50th anniversary since Arsenal won the first double of 1971.
Yeah.
It's been funny. And 30 years since we won the league under George Graham. Yeah, nearly went unbeaten.
Sure, David Moyes would have been expecting a back 5 and shape that we saw at Fulham from Arsenal, but
Saka, Gonzalez, Williams in the box, Lacazette, what a goal, man!
The first real involvement from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he puts it on a break for his buddy. Alex Lacazette makes it 1-0 to Arsenal.
Well, they had come well with a switch. But that's what you get with the quality within this Arsenal side. There's been one or two marginals, and
offside?
again, this might be ruled out.
Fucking hell.
Looks half a yard up here.
Yeah, it's off. That's offside.
Oh, is that trailing leg by the opposite? Couldn't miss that one, Lacazette, emphatic finish.
That's off. It's offside. Is
No,
it?
it's given.
Goal's given?
There we go. The check is
1-0.
complete. The goal has been given. West Ham were all ready to take the free kick as Arsenal backed off, but Michael Oliver points to the centre circle, and Arsenal have that lead.
One second. Be right back.
Yeah, it's just the West Ham defenders' trailing leg that's kept him on. What a good pick out that is from the player Aubameyang, who's we all know is one of the best finishers in the world, but he's had a glance up to pick out his mate absolutely brilliantly. I've seen that a few times, that celebration.
Yeah, the double act, there are a few better in the Premier League. That's now 61 in 55 starts. They have 44 and 43 Premier League. Oh, just about the halfway point of the first half, just about when things were threatening to get a little awkward for the home side. West Ham start and frustrated them, and sprinkling of Arsenal quality, and Arsenal where they want to be.
Yeah, so they needed someone to lift them, and they've just received it. Testing few minutes now for West Ham, how they'll react to that. They must have been feeling fairly comfortable up until that point.
Yeah, buddy.
Gabriel. Saka. Over the top by Aubameyang.
And Saka.
Saka gives chase. Well, we're all becoming familiar, aren't we, with these fine margins of the VAR offside decisions. Was talk potentially that there might be some sort of tweak to the rules for this season. That hasn't been the case. In fact, Arsene Wenger, in his new role at FIFA, is involved in the looking at the reviewing of the offside law, but that certainly won't come in until next season. Talk of daylight and a bit of latitude being shown, obvious error perhaps being applied to something that is black and white in terms of offside. And it's not going to change anytime soon, and certainly wasn't much in that decision, but enough seen by Chris Kavanagh and his team at Stockley Park.
I think Arsenal need a good season out of Lacazette. He's struggled over the last couple of campaigns at times. His goal-scoring tallies haven't been what he would have wanted them to be. But a couple of goals in his first two games, it'll do him the world of good, I think.
Yeah, brings up a landmark for him as well. That's his 50th Arsenal goal in all competitions. Here's Willian.
Oh, against Saka.
Saka.
Ooh.
Maybe in two minds there, the youngster. as to what he wanted to do with this. Not quite sure what it was he was trying to do. But he played a big, big part in the goal. It was Saka's ball through from that position inside. And he times it well, as does Aubameyang, just holding his run and having time to glance up and pick out Lacazette.
Aubameyang.
What is that? So far, about nearly
Half an hour played. I don't
half
think
an
we're going
hour.
to see David Moyes side
Arsenal
go
won,
gung ho and
West Ham
start
nil.
chasing it any time soon. It's important they can stay in touch in this match for as long as possible. Seeing what Arsenal do when they build up ahead of steam.
Yeah, I mean, this Arsenal team, when they get going, they can take the game away from you. But they have had some moments at the other end, West Ham. You'll be hoping for a few more, David Moyes.
Really taking much solace out of history against Arsenal, David Moyes. Not a happy hunting ground for him over his managerial career.
No wins, 15 defeats. I think they've one draw.
Rice. Antonio. Masuaku shaping up for a long one here for West Ham.
Yeah, Diop's gone up.
The Dillap throw.
A little bit too much loft on that one. Seemed to rather slip out of Masuaku's hands. There it is at his feet. Decent ball in.
Number 3?
Ceballos backpedaling. Just about did enough though, the Spaniard.
Who's number 3 for West Ham? Is it Cresswell?
Corner up as well from the back for this one. Lacazette
Good clearance
heading away
by
at the near
Lacazette.
post. Productive use of his head at both ends of the pitch here. Good lead by Soucek.
That was who's number 23? Shit, they're gonna score. They're gonna score the equaliser this time if we don't be
Now
careful.
Lacazette trying to turn it into the path of William.
Wow, Everton.
The VAR
Actually, it's not a big deal.
look at a handball
they
here.
battered West Brom 5-2.
Well, having seen
They're
the
gonna go down,
handball at Old
West Brom.
Trafford, you never
That's my
quite
prediction.
know, do you?
You know, the 3 clubs going to get relegated.
Lindelof
I'm going to go with, once again, West
Crystal
Brom,
Palace was
West
very
Brom,
similar.
Fulham, and Brighton.
Well, I think we've got a
Villa, they'll stay
comparison
up.
of inconsistency right there, haven't we? The position of
it was
Gabriel's
Cresswell.
arm, no
Who's
more
number 3?
unnatural than that of Lindelof earlier on. You certainly have to say that. The interpretation, though, somewhat different.
Yeah, neither handball for me.
Yeah. I mean, as part of the tweakings of the VAR protocols this season, there is a much stricter bar for handballs within the penalty area, in that it's more in line with what we tend to see in the Champions League. It's actually FIFA now who have the overall control taken away from the Premier League in terms of the interpretation of VAR. That's why a penalty like the Lindelof one was given, but if that was given, then that should be given as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know the word deliberate was taken out some time ago, but surely if that arm is in a natural position, as Lindelof's was, as Gabriel's was, it shouldn't be handball.
Lacazette.
Second.
Doesn't look happy, does he, David Moyes? Tend to play on the first half.
A little chat with Michael Oliver, but they're totally blanking him.
Well, I need to keep a lid on his frustrations, or he'll end up like Slaven Bilic, who was sent off at half-time by Mike Dean at Goodison Park earlier. Extraordinary scorelines throughout the Premier League day today. Leeds involved in another 4-3, weren't they, this time going in their favour. Home against Fulham. They're up and running now in terms of Premier League wins. West Ham, well, they've got it all to do if they're going to follow suit in that respect. And still plenty to enjoy this Premier League weekend. We've got a double-header for you on Super Sunday. Newcastle against Brighton, that's from 1. Sky Sports Premier League. And a real heavyweight clash in West London. Chelsea against Liverpool from 4.
Got away with that, Arsenal.
And it might turn out very nicely if Saka gets this right. He's
William. It's Ceballos.
West Ham with a chance to get back into formation. Lacazette. Here's Aubameyang.
Anyway, so Higgins, Aubameyang.
Here's Ceballos. Now Gabriel. Xhaka.
Yeah, Arsenal just trying to gain a bit of control in this game. Keep possession.
Granit Xhaka. It's only a few weeks short of a year since his meltdown here, which looked like it was going to see the end of his time at the club.
It goes Bellerin to William.
We're just going to have another look at that Gabriel handball here, Alan.
Handball?
May well be, but where it hits him.
No, didn't. It
is the reason it's not given.
Off, man.
It seemed a bit below the
That's a load of bollocks,
t-shirt
man.
level. That.
Load of bollocks.
Well, maybe not. Depends how long the sleeve is on the t-shirt, but I know that it comes into consideration now. If it's high up on the arm, it's not handball.
There's Aubameyang.
That's in by
The boys there. Bellerin.
Bellerin coming onto it.
Here comes Ceballos. Oh, he's lost it.
Saka's still down. Michael Oliver may well revisit this.
Bellerin.
Lacazette finding space when there didn't seem to be much.
Here comes William.
Ceballos. Saka.
He was Kolasinac. Just cross it.
Wave upon wave. Arsenal attack.
Nearly there. Oh, Ceballos is in the box.
Needs getting out of there by West Ham, and Cresswell, the man to do that. Now, Michael Oliver will go back for that earlier challenge on Bukayo Saka.
Nearly half time.
Yeah, high challenge and a late one too. Bit untidy that.
First yellow card of the London derby. And Willian with the Arsenal corner. Soucek rises. Willian collects. Gabriel there, just to go back to the clarification, it is now this season that they talk about a sleeve length, but it's actually supposed to be a line level with the armpit around the sleeve area, slightly long sleeve there, so maybe that was right on the edge of it. Another one that is, of course, open to interpretation, although it shouldn't be. Fredericks here for West Ham. Ogbonna. Cresswell. Masuaku. Well, the week started badly for West Ham. It did get better. They were comfortable winners over Charlton in the Carabao Cup, and many of those on the bench today. See Andrei Yarmolenko there, he played a part. Felipe Anderson, a rare goal for him. Sebastian Haller got a couple. So if and when David Moyes decides to loosen the handbrake a bit and send on some forward power, then there's plenty in reserve.
Here comes William. Here comes Lacazette.
Well, they've spent it up, haven't they, over the last couple of years. But it's led to too much underachievement.
Here comes Kolasinac.
Kolasinac.
Here comes
Up the tempo for Arsenal. Oh, it's up and away by Cresswell.
Cresswell. Is that Moses or no? It's Antonio.
It's not a cheaply assembled
no, Moses. I think he's at Inter Milan now.
Felipe Anderson over £40 million. Sebastian Haller likewise.
They spent a lot of money, West Ham.
Yarmolenko didn't come too cheap.
Well, Sebastian Haller not coming off as yet, not finding the form he would want. That's hindered West Ham. Spent a lot of money to try and have an effective centre forward who can lead the line. As it is, Antonio's had to really adapt. He's done a good job of it, but originally starting from a wide position.
You do have sympathy. I mean, it's not like they haven't spent money on the Manuel Pellegrini. He was back to the hill, wasn't he? And it's turned out not to work out anything like as expected. Well, half a few chances for the most part, but Arsenal making the most of theirs. Masuaku.
They'll be thankful to be ahead, Bill. With half-time approaching, Arsenal. Sure, still a lot more to come from them in this match.
Willian trying to ensure that sooner rather than later. Saka lets it run. Rice well positioned to take care of business at the back for West Ham. Soucek to
20
Bowen.
seconds ago until
Fredericks
half
tearing
time.
forward, looking to
Oh,
offer
plus added
assistance.
time.
Good numbers
It goes Bowen.
committed to this West Ham attack.
Oh my God, come on! Fucking hell.
Right on the stroke of half time. West Ham.
Here we go.
From Mikel Antonio.
Fucking hell.
Well, that's been the story at the half, really. West Ham, when they have grabbed the ball on the counter, have got bodies forward and they've looked a threat. And Arsenal have looked in trouble. And this centre forward's goal, I spoke about him having to make an adjustment, but that's meat and drink for any central striker, just on the edge
The defence can
of
do.
being offside, and I think it's going to count. Can Holding do better? Can he get across?
Yeah, there's the ball with Holden. He's the championship player.
Get his foot in there.
It'll be Holden's
Delivered
class.
well
I'd
by
rather
Fredericks.
sell him in January. He's never cut it. I'd rather
It
just,
has been a fairly even
you know,
first half, you've got to say that. They'll have plenty to say for themselves, the visitors.
why Sakurati's not playing? I'd rather play Sakuratis,
Picking up
man.
where he left off.
You know, you got like
Last
two big
season
defenders.
Wasn't West Ham's day, as we've touched on already on the opening day, but this may well yet be.
Fucking hell.
Team talks just changed.
I'm not gonna see it. Jesus Christ. 1 minute. Fucking
For West
hell.
Ham in the context of this match, that
What a
they
load of
don't fall
bollocks.
victim to the old cliche about being vulnerable. Just
That's
after
it.
scoring, no need. Michael Oliver brings the first half to a close, and it finished in some start from West Ham. Mikel Antonio
Fucking
finishing off a
bastards, man.
good sweeping move, counter-attack for West Ham that had committed good bodies towards the Arsenal box. Cancelled out Alexander Lacazette's 50th goal for Arsenal. They thought it would be enough for them to have the half-time lead. They were wrong.
Sorry, folks, I put it on mute. Yeah, it's you got commercials. I don't want to get a copyright strike. No, yeah, I don't think you get a copyright strike, but no, I don't want. I don't want to, man. But anyway, so anyway, be right back. Yeah, I'll be right back. By the way, tomorrow I'll do another live stream. Another live reaction of Chelsea versus Liverpool. That'll be like half. It'll be half. I might miss a little. I might miss 5 minutes of the game. Yeah, I can still watch it. You know, just because I missed like minutes of the game, doesn't mean I can still do it. You know, I can still do a live reaction, miss about probably a few minutes of the game. You're still reaction. You still react to. Still do a live reaction. Anyway, enough of I'm talking. And I'm gonna go downstairs a little bit. Be right back. Okay, folks, I'm back. So far the score is Arsenal 1, West Ham 1. We've got about not too long until the kickoff for the second half starts. Yeah, it's been 1-1. We scored a goal, and then in the last really few seconds of the first half, they equalised. Defense is still shit. Put on. After Port with Kolasinac, it's a damn shame. We don't have a proper, another backup left back. And fucking Elneny, Jesus. I'm not saying Elneny's shit, but nah, should have sold him. I knew I was planning to it might be decent, but Providence he's. What? Wait a minute. Is it gonna start the old firm? I'm doing a live reaction of this. The old firm. No, it's Hibs and Rangers. I'm gonna do a live reaction of the old firm. If they play, I'm guessing it's October. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna start the second half. Sorry about it. The batteries are dying. Hopefully I got new ones. So far it's not 1-1. Arsenal got a bit of a counter attack. Saka going for a Banyang. Anyway, Sam is back.
Yeah, it's not often that Mikel Arteta doesn't make a difference with his half-time team talks. If something does need changing, personnel, the shape is the same, but you'd maybe expect a more forthright approach, getting the ball forward quicker than they have and sharpening up the passing.
Gabriel, who may be relieved that the Arsenal kit manufacturer has gone for the slightly longer short sleeve.
Oh, what's Lacazette done? Oh, he's okay, I think.
Anyway,
this is 129th game for Arsenal. That's how long it's taken him to bring up 50 goals. It's not a great comparison with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who has an extraordinary goal-scoring record for the Gunners.
Because Aubameyang
to improve on that here.
He's got the ball. He's there. Saka.
Blocked behind by Diop.
Saka feeling he's maybe fouled here, but what a clever run from Aubameyang. That's his trade. He's an expert at it. It's timing it. He gets clumped after his shot here. Saka, but here's a corner.
Against William.
Inside the first couple of minutes of the second half.
Corner.
Willian to take.
Oh, he's there.
To clear.
Bellerin
back in by Bellerin.
And it's closed by West Ham.
Fredericks. Leno's come a long way, all the way to the halfway line. He's got to hope the West Ham don't get hold of it
Laka.
properly.
Because William.
Now William.
Not often you see that from the head. Oh, he's still 50 yards out of his goal.
Because that's moving okay. Here's Saka.
Doesn't want to go back in. I've seen that before from him.
I wonder when that's part of the instructions from Mikel Arteta to prevent the long ball over the top of the Arsenal defence, perhaps, but we shall see. Certainly what we do know is Emi Martinez is now an Aston Villa player. We might get a glimpse of him on Monday Night Football, or the first part of Monday Night Football anyway, as Aston Villa host Sheffield United.
Well, if he carries on the form that he showed with Arsenal, Villa got a top-class keeper. I know a lot of Arsenal fans upset, disappointed to see him leave the club.
Well, it's sort of split vote, really, as to who wanted Bernd Leno as the number one. Many feeling that Emi Martinez had done enough to get the jersey this season, but there can be only one, and that man is it, in the eyes of Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, I think that's the situation Arsenal are in now. If they get offered really good money, it gives them a bit of wiggle room in the transfer market because they're not flush with cash.
And also from a personal point of view of Emi Martinez, he feels he's done his time as a number two.
Here goes Aubameyang, like it says in the box. Oh, he's lost the ball, man.
Souček taking it off the toes of Aubameyang.
Oh, careful.
A wrestle there between Gabriel and the scorer of the West Ham equaliser, Mikel Antonio.
He doesn't mind the physical side, does he, Gabriel?
He
likes to get involved.
Potential, Gabriel.
She'll suit the Premier League if he won't be bullied.
He joined a fairly elite club, the 10th Arsenal player he became to score on a Premier League debut for the club.
And the last one was Lacazette. I think it's Lacazette.
Here's Declan Rice. Masuaku. Doing well here, Masuaku, up until that very moment.
Yeah, a couple of men ahead of him. He just floated around Rob Holding.
Here comes Aubameyang, Kolasinac there.
Aubameyang.
Kolasinac.
Kolasinac.
Ooh. Pass it. Backwards passing. Xhaka.
Xhaka.
Saka. And he's giving the ball away. Nope.
Full clearance.
Won the ball back. Saka's there.
Saka.
Nobody's there.
Ceballos. Xhaka. Kolasinac.
Good.
Aubameyang providing the width.
An hour and 10 minutes to
And
go.
the cross. William
Not hours
hoping
and
to
10
get the
minutes to go.
touch, but Cresswell did
Well,
well.
you know, I've been streaming for nearly an hour and
more
nearly an hour and 9
positive
minutes.
by Arsenal in the final third here.
Nearly 10 past 9 where I'm from. In the evening.
Xhaka. Here's Saka. Kolasinac. Holding. Going to drop it in for Bukayo Saka, who you could tell when the ball was played, he knew he was offside. Frustration because they've started to build a little bit of a head of steam there, Arsenal.
Yeah, they had. What we said at half time has had a slight effect. He doesn't look that happy though.
Certainly seeing much more of the ball. There's Albert Steibenberg, part of the coaching team. Arsenal revamping the coaching staff. Freddie Ljungberg left in the closed season. So revamps in the boardroom. Big shake-up with the way the recruitment process happens at the club. Personnel there.
Oh my God, Zen!
Antonio.
Good save by Leno.
And Leno down to save on the line.
I thought that was in.
Well, Masuaka didn't disappoint here. Given time and space to whip one in, he delivers.
Good save. Almost.
Vital interception in there just to take the weight off it. It's Gabriel.
Oh, Gabriel.
Maybe.
Thank you, man.
Leno nearly carries the ball over the line.
Arsenal with all the possession, but West Ham very nearly with the penetration. Here's Aubameyang. Arsenal corner. Comes Gabriel, a scorer last week. Willian, who laid on 2 against Fulham. Here's Kolasinac. Willian. Ceballos. Just a touch on it from Bowen, which stopped it getting through to Kolasinac. Ceballos.
Lovely.
Very nice work from the Spaniard. Now,
Willian
driving at the heart of West Ham. Lacazette. Oh, Bonadetta meet it. Lacazette a little too eager to get there, and he's fouled Ryan Fredericks.
Yeah, he must have thought about trying to curl it down goalwards into that far corner, Lacazette, but I think the angle was cut off. Willian hasn't been as involved as he would have liked so far, but a bit of play from him.
Xhaka. Lacazette. Aubameyang. Kolasinac. Willian. Ceballos. Well, they had that scare in front of their own goal, but Arsenal, for the most part, early in the second half, are making West Ham work a lot harder to keep them out.
Yeah, but West Ham showing the kind of determination that'll set them in good stead in these tough games to come. I know Arsenal scored just after I said that in the first half, but there's no doubt that there's been a big improvement in their shape and their determination to defend that goal.
Well, that's one of the characteristics that they found in the nick of time towards the end of last season. Just one defeat in their last 7 Premier League games, and they had some tricky away ones in there as well. Here's Jared Bowen now.
Bowen.
Cresswell. Fornals. Diop. Rice now for West Ham. Bowen. Bowen. Fredericks. Saka trying to track him and doing what was required, and that he's got it behind for a corner.
Yeah, difficult one to call now, this match. These are dangerous moments, but Arsenal against the West Ham side that I mentioned has had quite a bit of joy from corners last season at least.
Sarchek tends to make life difficult for defenders. He's in now. Leno not just about enough on that. Is Willian now to clear away for Arsenal. Rice. Cornels. Back to Declan Rice. Surge from Masuaku. Arsenal having to do the defending now. Masuaku. Soucek keeping it alive for West Ham.
Oh!
Well, had he caught
Gabriel,
that, Arsenal would have been in severe trouble. As it is, Gabriel can get it behind.
Well, they do look dangerous when they get the ball into the box like this again. I think Cresswell, he's got time and space to put it in there, causing all sorts of problems. Soucek making one of those runs into the box that he likes to do.
Sorry, got something stuck in my throat.
Bowen to burrow into a very congested 6-yard area. Arsenal defend it well.
Does
And
Willian
now contemplate a break. Willian. Lacazette. Aubameyang over on the right-hand side.
Albert.
The intended pass by Lacazette. The execution, not
cross.
what it needed to be, though.
There'll be a lot of West Ham fans who are dreading this contest after that performance against Newcastle, but they'll be pleasantly surprised, I think, so far.
Yeah, the character that was lacking last weekend is very much in evidence here, to come from behind and level it up on half-time, and now they're enjoying probably their best sustained spell of the match. Just past the hour mark. Since Mikel Arteta took over, they haven't lost many here, unbeaten in 9 Premier League home games since they lost to Chelsea very early on in his reign. That was the end of December. West Ham threatening to do here what they very rarely do. Came here on the first game of the season under Slaven Bilic and got a win. That was the final season at Upton Park, where they had that wonderful start. Went to one at Anfield as well early in that season, I seem to remember.
That was like 5 years ago. Who cares?
West Ham contesting those second balls well.
Gabriel. Willian. Here's Xhaka.
I don't think it'd be too long before substitution for Arsenal at least is made. Arteta's normally quite decisive in that direction.
Willian. Just a little too much on the pass, and Lucas Fabianski can come and shepherd that one behind.
I didn't actually see him. I own up to that. They're about to come on.
You're having one of those nights, soothsaying.
It seems to be.
Well, it's not a bad option to have, is it? Nicolas Pepe, £70-odd million worth of talent to come on and replace a player of Willian's quality.
Well, the task for Pepe now is to show the kind of consistency that Willian has over the last few years. In his second season, you'd hope he'll get to grips with the challenge and show the club, the teammates, what he can do.
He had moments, didn't he, in his first full season at Arsenal, but not enough of them.
Certainly not for £70-odd million. I know that's nothing to do with him, it's not his fault, but
felt it was a price tag that weighed heavy.
Gone.
Ceballos here for a second season on loan. Aubameyang here for a few more years. Xhaka.
Oh, there could be a chance for West Ham. Chance for West Ham for counter.
Forward through Mikel Antonio. Excellent running off the ball by Bowen. It might open it up for Antonio.
The block by Gabriel.
Gabriel with the block. And a clash of heads. A nasty looking one between Xhaka and Souček.
been quite a few of those kind of challenges, bouncing balls and players steaming in, try and win it. This comes on the blind side, Xhaka to Souček.
Well, while we wait for Thomas Souček to be checked over, let's mark your card for Monday Night Football. Another double header for you. Early start then, 5 o'clock. Aston Villa against Sheffield United. Jack Grealish having signed his new contract. Arsenal fans, have a look how Emi Martinez gets on. That's part one. Part two, Wolves against Manchester City, who open their Premier League campaign at Molineux. That's from 8, both on the Sky Sports Premier League channel.
25 minutes to go.
The protocols are followed. Both protagonists are okay, and here's Bowen for West Ham.
Cross net. Full cross. No.
Souček.
Souček, oh, the crossbar.
Rippling the Arsenal crossbar. This time Leno comes and claims. Oh, he's dropped it, but Leno.
Oh,
Bowen.
fucking hell.
Got his foot to it though on the shot. But Leno, but every time the ball comes in the box, quite often Souček, he's the one causing problems, getting his head to it first.
Why fucking Rob Holding's out of the fucking defence?
He's got a knack for timing his runs, and he's a big lad, and he uses that height well. He doesn't actually him, was it, Antonio, in the end?
Phil Sophie, he's out of his position. He's a centre back. Why is out of his position, Holding? He's in the left wing, and
he's collected it here, but when he goes to ground, he spills it.
I don't get it, man. I don't want to get into it. So stupid. We get to West Ham.
West Ham starting to believe. Bellerin away. Fredericks.
That's the process.
Renault decisive, but has he got the distance?
Chris Wells taking the cross. Clearance by Saka. Bowen. Good block by
Good block
Ceballos.
there by Ceballos.
Laka is going to lose the ball. Okay, Pepe. Come on, Pepe. Don't lose the ball. And he's lost the ball. Fucking hell.
Well, he needs it to give his teammates a breather here, Pepe, by holding it up. But West Ham having a real go.
38 positions. Fucking hell. 62
Dominating
positions by
this
West
last
Ham.
10 minutes and
Jesus.
threatening to score on more than one occasion.
They're not pressing.
The glorious unpredictability of the Premier League. Not many gave West Ham a hope after what they'd seen in the last week, coming here to the Emirates. They got their hands on a point as we hit the halfway point of this second half. Can they get more? Gabriel wanted too much time. West Ham not in the mood to give Arsenal any breathing space. They sense they might just have them where they want them.
I'll be fucking there.
Well, Xhaka did well. Sakavada, he had to be careful with his challenge there. Easy for a youngster to commit himself, give away a penalty.
Nearly 20 minutes to go.
Pepe trying to get himself into the game.
That's Pepe.
Not
Oh, that's
a bad job here. It opens up for him.
Oh, yeah. Still Pepe.
Stumbling his way forward in the end before he's dispossessed by Ogbonna. Antonio is proving too hot for Holding to handle.
I don't understand. Why Holding's in that position?
Of his game with his
I should be
back to goal,
close in that position. Fuck you,
learning pretty quickly.
He's enjoying himself as well. Look at that.
Jesus. Oh, I like Holding. He's okay, but...
Good old duel there between Rob Holding and Mikel Antonio. Might have a few bruises, Rob Holding, as he celebrates his 25th birthday tomorrow.
They've made it a really uncomfortable contest, this, but Arsenal, these West Ham players, they've got to the ball quickly, they've put the feet in.
Just like that. Just stepping over the line of the law there, Declan Rice, but on another day, he might have got away with it.
Yeah, and Arsenal have wanted more time than they've been given out there tonight.
Bowen.
Against Bowen.
Fredericks with a great run.
He's going to have a shot.
Bowen.
Blocked by Gabriel.
Blocked by Gabriel. Sarchek going to drive it into that far corner.
Come on, Arsenal.
It's a long way out. But again, West Ham nicking it, and they're on the front foot. Always plenty of men trying to get in support.
That's the side of the game they've done consistently well this evening, getting bodies forward when they do have the chance to break. It helped them out when they got that equalising goal. Mikel Antonio levelling it up after Aubameyang had just about kept himself on side and teed it up beautifully. Lacazette put it in. Aubameyang.
Nicolas Saka. Pepe's in the box. Pepe's in the box.
Great burst into the box by Pepe, but it was also a worthy block by Issa Diop.
Yeah, West Ham defenders convinced he was offside here, but it stayed down.
It's not even offside. No way near.
Just delayed the cross. He's waiting for Lacazette to get in position.
Here comes Pepe.
Last
It'll be
time
a
had
good
to
cross.
defend a few corners.
Has to
Now
be a
they
good
have one of
cross.
their own to get their teeth into. Pepe will take.
Paul.
Out by Rice. Fornals leading the charge, putting the pressure on Leno, whose clearance wasn't the best.
Oh, look at
Bowen just couldn't get it under his spell to play it through to Mikel Antonio.
Ceballos. Here comes Kolasinac. Ceballos. 8 attempts in the second half by West Ham.
Well, that tells
Only
the
one.
story.
Fucking hell.
West Ham just need a goal at the end of it now.
No shot on target. Jesus Christ. Oh, here goes Laka.
Oh, Lacazette, the flag has stayed down.
Oh, what are you doing that for? Oh,
Corner then.
yeah, it is offside.
Towards the end of play, as is the way these days, the flag goes up.
Four minutes. Nearly 15 minutes to go.
Well, whatever happens in the final quarter of an hour here, it's been just the sort of reaction that David Moyes would have wanted from his side.
Free kick!
Shoulder to shoulder, says Michael Oliver. In the second half particularly, West Ham have gone toe-to-toe and been better than their hosts in most respects.
And Ceballos. Banyang. Back to Xhaka. Holden. Gabriel. See. Ceballos.
Ceballos.
Okay, now. See. So where's passing?
Still tremendous energy and endeavour from West Ham to make life as difficult as they can for Arsenal.
Yeah, showing a good level of fitness. Quite often Arsenal coming off worst in those kind of 50-50 challenges.
Who's that?
Chance Verdi and Ketia here.
What's going on? Oh, bangs there!
Well, there'll be a chance for Aubameyang.
Oh,
He feels very tight, looking to repeat the feat and put it on the head of Lacazette. Declan Rice clears the danger.
Take off. Take off. Trouble Lacazette.
We need something more in attack.
Yeah,
Lacazette to come off.
It's an evening where Alexander Lacazette has hit a landmark. He's got his 50th goal for Arsenal. Beautifully powered header into the back of the West Ham net to give Arsenal the lead. Looked like it might be enough, but that's certainly not the case in Eddie Nketiah. Come on and lead the line here for the closing stages for Arsenal.
Here comes Xhaka.
Yeah, they struggle to create chances in the second half. Arsenal and Nketiah will be hoping for just one to fall his way.
Pepe will come across and take the corner. Arsenal get Gabriel and holding up from the back. See where Gabriel wants it.
Bad clearance.
Far from away by Masuaku.
Another corner.
For another corner.
Been streaming for nearly an hour 35. Negatia? No, I think he's taking the corner. Whistle. If he's taking the corner.
Ketia goes near post,
Full
but
corner again.
Masuaku to head away.
Here comes Bellerin.
Bellerin.
Cross.
Plenty of Arsenal bodies in
That's
the
the
box.
Oh, fucking Kolasinac, man.
Xhaka got in each other's way, but here is Kolasinac. No Aubameyang.
Banyang takes the corner. He takes the crossing. Sorry. I'm too easy. Anyway,
Banyang, he's not had a chance really, has he? He's been doing all the setting up.
Kolasinac picked up a knock. He's rather gingerly making his way back. He's got one substitution left to make, Arsenal, so they'll hope he's okay.
come on. Put this game to bed. Actually, it's 1-1, but. Okay, now.
I guess it's a measure of the direction of traffic in the match. The fact that Mikel Arteta's made 2 substitutes go out already, and West Ham as yet are still to use their first, although that looks like it might change in a moment. Andrei Yarmolenko coming on. Certainly ready to come on.
Yeah, they just dropped off on the attacking front, West Ham. They had a good 10-15 minutes, didn't they, when they were looking really potent and dangerous. So David Moyes looking for an injection in the form of Yarmolenko.
Saka.
Oh! That was Nakatia.
There's Xhaka.
10 minutes to go, including adding
Holding.
time.
Ceballos. Saka. Gabriel. Bellerin.
Kolasinac. He's across it. Oh, you fucking bastard.
Lost his bearings and his position.
He's fucking shit.
Yeah, left back on that.
That pass by Xhaka deserved more.
Fucking hell, man.
Really required a bit of composure.
Jarabone, who's worked as hard as any out there for West Ham, comes off and he'll make way for Andrei Yarmolenko.
He did a good job for the team, Bowen. Put down that right-hand side. Well, the subs for Arsenal not been able to change the pattern of this match so far. See if Yarmolenko can do any different for West Ham.
Well, Arsenal will know not to show him onto his left coming in from this right, or should do. Here he is. Finding Masuaku.
Oh!
Just about enough
Good
on it.
fingertips by Leno.
Fredericks in again.
Oh!
Nearly hurled himself at that one.
That looked so dangerous as he tried to attack it. I think Rob Holding perhaps just did enough to get his body in the way. Thought he was going to get his head on it. There's no foul in there.
Here comes Aubameyang.
Aubameyang.
Saka.
And Arsenal play their way through the West Ham press. Not quite.
minutes.
Looks like the final Arsenal change is going to be made any moment. I can see Mohamed El Neni stripped and ready for action. Bellerin. Masuaku got back in the nick of time. Nketiah waited in the middle in vain.
Ceballos. Saka.
Saka.
Ceballos, shoot! Shoot!
Ceballos.
Yes!
Nketiah. The flag stays down. And Arsenal, who have struggled to create throughout this second half, have the breakthrough with 5 minutes to go. Arsenal 2, West Ham 1.
Very much like their first goal, wasn't it? A little burst of acceleration. A burst of ideas, if you will. Just on the line of offside, but Nketiah knows exactly what he's doing. He makes sure he doesn't get ahead of the ball here. Ceballos has got plenty of time to pick out his man, and I said Nketiah would just be playing for one chance. Well, that was more than a chance. He was never going to miss it.
Well, that's exactly what he was sent on to do. Get on the end of a ball like that and give Arsenal the lead again. They couldn't hold on when they led in the first half. Let's see if they can do it in the second. Interesting, Dani Ceballos, who played such an important part in the build-up to that goal, was about to be substituted to allow the introduction of Mohamed El Neni. Mikel Arteta's changing his thinking there.
Well, West Ham will feel so hard done by if they get nothing out of this, and Arsenal, having not reached anything like the standards they can, to get a win will be a sweet taste.
Well, I guess if it does end up with Arsenal getting across the line here and getting hold of the 3 points, it will be held up as another indicator, another barometer of Arsenal's improvement under Mikel Arteta. This a game that maybe a year ago would have been taken away from them, but despite West Ham looking the more likely for most of this second half, despite their best efforts, it looks like Arsenal will find a way to win when not at their best. Always a worthy quality.
I think he would have known he was on, and that shows it really. He knows he's behind the ball. I think he has a little glance over the far side to see if the flag goes up, but he's probably pretty sure that it won't. Very similar kind of goal in many ways to Arsenal's first, and what a vital one it looks like being.
No changes afoot. Is the game up? Both managers making changes. Sebastian Haller has come off, and Pablo Fornals has made way for West Ham. David Luiz is on for Arsenal.
2 minutes ago. Been doing this for nearly an hour and rather nearly 2 hours. It's an hour 45 minutes since I've been doing this live stream. So far, Arsenal probably really lead the Emirates with all 3 points. Anyway, we've got Aubameyang. Saka replaced
so reliant on
by
Aubameyang, really, overly so. So
trying to get another goal.
They get a win here, Arsenal. Arteta will be pleased that they hadn't had to depend on him. Although he obviously did create the first with a lovely cross. But in terms of the performance, lots to improve upon. But if you can win whilst not firing on all cylinders, it's a nice habit.
Final West Ham change as they bring on as much firepower as possible to try and salvage something here at the Emirates. Time against them. We await the 4th officials board to see how much added time they will have. The 2 substitutes getting to know each other. A decision going the way of David Luiz.
Well, Arsenal haven't looked happy defending crosses. Will West Ham get another chance to put one in the box with Haller there now?
We now have confirmation that it will be 4
added
minutes. Here's Aubameyang.
Oh, that's a good save by Fabianski. 4 minutes.
Outside to goal for Aubameyang.
Fouled by Bellerin on Declan Rice. Free kick to West Ham. It's a little far out to put it in the mixer.
Well, he's going to try.
Yeah. And it might just work. Haller got his head to it. Antonio out wide to Felipe Anderson. Didn't get that right.
But Rice has just clipped that in the box.
I think we know exactly what David Moyes would have been thinking when he saw that. Here's Yarmolenko. Ceballos. Out by Aubameyang. It's got to that stage of the game for Arsenal. Everyone pretty much thrown forward here for West Ham. Fredericks, Rice, Ogbonna, Yarmolenko on his right foot. Retrieved by Felipe Anderson.
Oh, that's a good block.
And that's excellent work.
That is a good block. Crucial block by Ceballos.
Sebastian Haller shows come off worse, but certainly both players involved in that one feeling the full effect of the collision.
Yeah, he's in there quickly. Ceballos, importantly too. Haller just winding up for a shot. Well, 2 wins out of 2, if that's how it turns out. Not a bad start to a campaign that he'll be hoping for a much better finish than last year. Everybody expecting a better finish.
Nketiah.
Going for Banyang, only about nearly 7, 6. Yep, we've got in the last 60 seconds
Should have
now.
done nothing defeat for David Moyes. Probably won't hurt any less than last week, but as the dust settles, he'll take a lot more pride out of this performance.
It's over.
Aubameyang.
Pepe, oh!
They sweeps it goal.
Nketiah, shoot! 30 seconds to go.
Well, we'll have to play better against Liverpool, Arsenal.
And probably,
There's nothing like winning to build the confidence.
I might cover it unless it's on BT Sports. Four, 3, 2, 1.
Still a few games to play this weekend, but Arsenal will join the 100%ers along with the likes of Everton. The 2 wins out of 2 earlier on today.
That's it.
The expression on Mikel Arteta's face tells you everything you
So,
need to
hope you
know.
enjoyed tonight's live stream, folks. Leave a comment, smash like button. Subscribe to the Central Line on YouTube. And we'll be back tomorrow for another live reaction of the Barclays Premier League game. Chelsea versus Liverpool. So this is Central Line officially signing out. Check you later.